Hi guys, this is Cynthia, and in today's tutorial we'll be making a stripy giraffe. Okay, we're doing something different today. I don't have a prototype to show you now. Most of you have requested, or a lot of you have requested, for a Giraffe Loomigurumi tutorial. Now, one of my loyal subscribers, Jasmine, she actually sent me a pattern, a crochet pattern of a stripy giraffe, which is a modification on the original pattern provided by, if I'm not mistaken, I Love Buttons by Emma. I'll link the original pattern down in the description box below if you want to check that out. So all the materials you'll need, just check it out in the description box, all the band counts and whatever it is that you'll be needing. So I'll be following this pattern, this modified pattern, to be making it on the spot with you. So yeah, I have no idea. I'm just going to follow the pattern. I'm just going to show it to you guys, and just to make sure that you like what you see, check out the thumbnail to see whether you like it, or go to the end of the video to see the finished product before you start making it, since I can't show you one now. Alright, so anyway, the good thing about this giraffe, let me just ramble on for a while, is that it's made in stripes, so that it's a good way to use up a lot of the extra colored bands that you have. I tend to have a lot of bands. I'm going to make mine in like an orange, pink and yellow colored. But if you want to make a giraffe that's all one color, please do so. You don't change the colors when I ask you to change the colors, and if you want, you can add spots later, which I'll teach you how to do. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. So let's start off with the arms. So what you want to do, the arms, you want to start off in white. So I'm getting some white bands. Alright, I know it's a little bit tough to see here, but the first thing you want to do for round one of the arm, you want to do a magic ring with 6 stitches. So you want to take this white band and you want to wrap this around your hook 2 times to create 3 loops, like so. So you're just going to take another white band and you're going to create 6 stitches in this magic ring, and to do that, the first stitch you want to do a slip stitch. So if you can see properly, I'm just pulling this band through that capping band. I'm going to reclaim the end like this, and I'm going to pull this end through that. So this is one slip stitch. As you can see, I'm still holding on to this capping band, and what I want to do after this is I want to go through the middle of this capping band and I want to do another 5 single crochet. So I'm just going to put my hook back through, so the 3 loops are back onto my hook. I'm going to do a single crochet. To do a single crochet, I'm pulling this band through the middle of that ring. I'm reclaiming it, so now there's 3 bands on my hook, and I'm just going to pull this through everything. So that makes 2 stitches of this magic ring, and then I'm just going to go back through the center and I'm going to do another 4 stitches. Okay, so I'm taking another white band, I'm going to do a single crochet. So I'm just pulling it through the center, reclaiming the end, pulling this through everything. So you just want to keep going through the center of this capping band. As you can see, that ring is forming. Let's just do it again. So I have 3 stitches, so I have another 3 single crochet to do. So I'm just going to pull this through, reclaim the end, pull this through everything, back through, and then I have one more. Okay. Alright, so I'm done with my magic ring, and just to check that I have enough stitches, what I'm going to do is I'm going to count these teardrop shapes that we did. So this is, if you pull this apart, you can see there's a space underneath. So that's 1 stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the last stitch is always on your hook, and every time I say do a stitch, you have to just go under this space here. That's where you're supposed to put your hook. So that's your magic ring with 6 stitches. So for round 2 of the arm, what you're going to do is you're going to increase this to 12 stitches, and to do that you want a single crochet in each stitch to make up 12 stitches of the second round. But to join up this circle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hook through this first stitch. To join up the circle, the first stitch I'm going to do is a slip stitch. So I'm just pulling this through everything like that, reclaiming the end and pulling that through. So this is a slip stitch. I'm going to get a C-clip now. I'm going to mark this stitch by putting the C-clip on it. So that's just to mark that this is the first stitch of that round. So what I want to do is I want to go back through that same stitch and do a single crochet. So I'm single crochet, pull this up, 3 bands on my hook, pull this through everything. Okay, so from now on what I want to do is I want to do 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around until I reach the end. So I'm going through the next stitch. This is my first single crochet of that stitch. Right? I'm going to go back through that same stitch for my increase. So every time I say an increase in this video, it means it's just 2 single crochets in one stitch. Alright, next stitch. I'm just going to go a little bit faster. If I am too fast for you, please feel free to pause the video. I've done quite a few videos. Hang on, let me just do this increase. I've done quite a few videos, so a few of you have followed me from the beginning, so you're quite used to doing these. Next stitch. So I don't want to take up too much of your time if you're quite used to making them. So I'm just going to go at a little bit faster pace. And like I said, if you're new to this, please feel free to pause the video. Next stitch. For my increase, going back through the same stitch. And then once you get the hang of these next stitch, these single crochets, then the rest of the project is really easy because you only need to know how to do single crochets and slip stitches. Okay, so this is the end. This is the end of round 2. This has 12 stitches, so if you're new to Loomigurumi or crochet, I would advise that you actually count the stitches at the end of each round. Sorry, it's not focusing. Yes, just count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last stitches on your hook. Just count every round to make sure that you have the right number. You can decrease or you can increase by cheating if you need to, if necessary, but hopefully you don't need to. Alright, so let's start with our round 3. In white, what we're going to do is we're going to increase this to 18 stitches. So you want a single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the second stitch, and we're doing that all the way around. So I'm going to put my hook through. I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm moving this marker, so now this is the first stitch of the third round, so the next round. So the next stitch will have an increase. So that's 2 single crochets in this stitch. Next stitch, single crochet. Next stitch, increase. 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 Next stitch, single crochet, and an increase in the last stitch. Okay, so this is round 3. It has 18 stitches. So for rounds 4 and 5, we need another 2 additional rounds of 18 stitches each. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 extra rounds of just a single crochet in each stitch. I'm just going to do both with you. So I'm starting round 4 now, so I'm just going to do a single crochet in each stitch for this round. Please remember to move your stitch marker to mark the first stitch of that round. And now it's just a single crochet in each stitch. And remember, single crochets is just go through the stitch, reclaim, and then pull this through everything. But once you get the hang of that, it's really easy and you can make a lot of projects. I guess if you're making a proper colored giraffe, this would be brown. But like I said, I'm just going to do the stripy one to just use up a lot of the bands which colors I have, or I have too many of, or something. It's a good way to get rid of extra bands. And I'm actually using cheap bands. Bands I got for really cheap, but they're not an ideal width and size, so I just want to get rid of them as soon as possible. Okay, so I just finished round 4. I'm going to start round 5. So once again, it's just a single crochet in each stitch. Remember to move your stitch marker. Oops, band's gonna break. Okay, if something like that happens, don't worry, you can fix it quite easily. Okay, so now I've just finished round 5, which has 18 stitches. So for round 6, I actually want to reduce this circle to 12 stitches, and to do that, what we're going to do is a single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches, and we're doing that all the way around. So let's just do our single crochet first. That's your single crochet. So now the next thing we have to do after we move our stitch marker, we want to reduce or decrease over the next 2 stitches. So what you're going to do to decrease, you're basically turning 2 stitches into 1. So I'm just going to put my hook through the next stitch as usual, but instead of pulling up a band, I'm going to twist my hook and I'm going to put it through the stitch after that. So I have 2 stitches on my hook, then only I'm going to pull up a band through 2 of those stitches. So I'm going to treat those 2 stitches like 1. So I'm reclaiming the end, and then I'm pulling this through everything. Oops. So that's 1 decrease. So let's do that again. We have a single crochet, and then we're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. So that's the stitch, twist, put it through the next stitch. So I have 2 stitches on my hook. Then I'm going to pull that band through those 2 stitches, like you can see, and then I'm going to pull this through everything. So that's a decrease. That's just going to do that again. Single crochet, and then I'm going to do a decrease. As you can see, I put that through 2 stitches, and then we're just going to do that all the way. So single crochet and decrease, single crochet and decrease, single crochet, and a decrease. Okay, so for his arm you're actually done with white now, so I'm just going to put away my white bands. We're going to move on to the colored bands now. Okay, so for round 7 to 20 we need another 14 rounds of 12 stitches each. So what you're going to do is, if you're doing a stripy one, you want to change the color every 2 rounds. So if it's 14 rounds you need 7 colors. I'm not going to use 7 colors. I have probably about 5 that I want to use. It's totally up to you whether you want to use 7, but yes, you just need 14 rounds. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this aside. I'm going to take my bands. So I'm going to take some red. I'm taking 2 red bands. I'm putting it here. So this is first 2 rounds. I'm taking some pink. So I'm taking 2 pink bands. I'm putting it here. So that's 4 rounds. I'm going to take some orange. That's 6 rounds. I'm taking some yellow. That's 8. I'm taking this magenta. So that's, I'm just going to put it here, 10. So I need another 2 colors. I'm just going to go back and do the red. And then I'm going to do the pink again. So let me just count. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So I have enough for 14 rounds. So what I'm going to do is, every time I start a round, I'm just going to take a band from here. So I'm just going to go in this direction. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off the first round, which is round 7. I'm taking a band from here. So this is the red. I'm just doing a single crochet in each stitch. So I'm just going to do like 3 rounds with you, then I'll just do the rest off camera. So I'm just going to go through each stitch and do a single crochet. Okay, thinking about it, I might actually want to change the order of the colors. Let me just finish this round first. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this yellow. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to change these 2, and I'm going to put an orange here. Okay, so once I finished round 7, so now I'm going on round 8. So I'm taking this red band. Once again, it's just a single crochet in each stitch. Also, as you do this, you can actually start stuffing him, so you can just put the fiber fill in, but I'm just going to do that once I'm done with this whole thing, because I don't really like crocheting when there's stuffing in there. It tends to get in the way and tend to hook it. So I will do that later, but you can, if you want, do it as you're doing the hooking. So I'm done with round 8. So I'm just going to go through, I'm starting a new color, so I'm taking this pink. So I'm just going to do this one more round with you, then I'm just going to do the rest off camera. Just as long as you lay out the bands and you follow it and you take one band from this pile, once you're done with the round, then you should be fine. So if you're doing this giraffe in its proper color, you don't need to change the colors. I'm just doing it so I can use up my extra colored bands. Because these are colors I rarely use. Okay, so now I'm starting off my next round of pink, so I'm taking this final band from here. So the rest of the rounds I'm going to do off camera. I've lost track of how many I've done. Yep, so anyway, I'm just going to go through all of these. So every time I start a new round, I'm taking a band from here. I'm going like this. And you're just doing a single crochet in each stitch, and like I said, if you want, you can actually start stuffing him. I'm just going to do it later, so just finish off your remaining rounds and then just resume the video once you're done with that. Once you're done with round 20, you have something like that looks like this. So I just want to fasten it off, so I'm just going to go through the first stitch of that round. I'm going to tie a slip stitch. Okay, then I'm just removing my stitch marker, and temporarily I'm just going to put a clip, an S-clip at the end of that so it doesn't slip out. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to stuff his arm, so I'm taking fiber fill. You might have actually found this easier to do as you were making the arm, but I prefer to do it after. Okay, so the majority of your stuffing should be at the ball of his foot. The rest of it, you need to spread it out. Okay, so this is one of his arms done. I'm just going to put this aside and we're just going to start making his leg. Okay, so his leg you need to start off with white again. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a magic ring with 6 stitches. So I'm wrapping this band around my hook twice to create 3 loops. My first stitch of my magic ring will be a slip stitch. And I will do 5 more single crochets. So I'm going through the center. Single crochet. This is considered my second stitch of the ring. Go back through. This is my third stitch. Back through. This is my fourth. Back through. My 5th stitch. And then I have one more. So this is my 6th. I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what we're going to do, round 2, we're going to increase in each stitch. So that's 2 single crochets in each stitch. So I'm going to go through the first stitch and then I'm going to do a slip stitch for the first stitch. So this acts as the first stitch of that round. I'm going to put my stitch marker. So I'm going to go back through that same stitch. I'm going to do a single crochet. So this is my increase. And from now on, in each stitch, I'm just going to do 2 single crochets. Back through for my increase. Next, single crochet, back through, increase, next one, single crochet, back through for my increase. So remember, it's just an increase in each stitch. Make sure you have 2 single crochets in each stitch. Okay, then I have one more set. So as I mentioned, I've already started to move faster, so just pause the video if it's too fast for you. Okay, so for your third stitch, you're increasing this to 18 stitches, so we're doing a single crochet in the first stitch and increase in the second stitch, and we're doing that all the way around. So I'll say 1, and every time I say a number, it's a single crochet. So this is 1. Increase, one, increase, one, increase, one, increase, one, increase, one, and a final increase. So this is round 3, which has 18 stitches. So for round 4, you want to increase this to 24 stitches. So we're going to do single crochet in the first 2 stitches and an increase in the third one, and we're doing it all the way around. So I'll count up to 2. Every time I say a number, it's a single crochet. So this is 1, 2, increase, 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 1, 2, increase. Okay, so this is round 4, which has 24 stitches. Now for rounds 5 to 8, you need an additional 4 rounds of 24 stitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one round with you, and then I'm going to do the other 3 off camera. So what I'm going to do is take 4 bands. I'm going to take 4 white bands. Sorry, here. These are my 4 white bands. Just each one, every time you start a new round, you're taking a band from here. So I'm going to do one round with you. So now I'm doing round 5, so I'm taking a band from here. I'm just going to do a single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so I just finished round 5. I'm just going to start round 6. I'm taking a band from here. So I'm doing rounds 6 to 8 off camera, so just pause the video and complete your rounds 6 to 8. You're just doing a single crochet in each stitch for an additional 3 rounds, and then you're just going to resume the video once you're done. So once you finish with round 8, which has 24 stitches, you should have something that looks like this. So for round 9, we want to decrease this to 18 stitches, so we're just going to do a single crochet in the first 2 stitches, and we're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches, and we're doing that all the way around. So I'm just going to count up to 2. 1, 2, and then we're going to decrease. Once again, 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, and one final decrease in this round. So that makes round 9, which has 18 stitches. So for round 10 we want to decrease this to 12 stitches. So we want to do a single crochet in the first stitch and then a decrease over the next 2, and we're doing that all the way around. So 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 1, decrease, 'Hold on, I might have missed out a stitch. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I've missed a stitch. Never mind. 1 and 1 final decrease. Okay, so since the leg is a little bit bigger, what I want to do is I just want to stuff this thing first. So I'm just going to move this down my hook, and I'm going to get my fiber fill. And I just want to stuff the bottom first. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Alright, so now for rounds 11 to 22, we need another 12 rounds of 12 stitches each. So since we're changing colors every 2 rounds, if you're doing the stripy one, we need about 6 colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 colors and I'm just going to repeat it. So once again, I'm just going to lay out the band. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so what you're going to do, the same thing as we did with the arm, we just want to do a single crochet in each stitch. So I'm just going to do 3 rounds with you, and then I'll just do the rest off camera. So I'm starting with my red. So very simple, you're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch. You can choose to stuff it after, because as you can see I'm starting to catch hold of the stuffing. So just go around, you're doing a single crochet in each stitch. This will be round 11. Okay, so I'm just going to do round 12. I'm taking my red band from here. I just finished round 12, I'm starting round 13. This is my pink band. Once again, just single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so this is round 13. I'm going to start round 14. Sorry about that, just trying to keep track of the rounds. So for round 14 until 22, I'm just going to do it off camera, so just pause the video here, complete up to rounds 22, just follow your bands, and then resume the video once you're done. Okay, so I'm done with my leg, so this is what it looks like. I'm just going to take out my stitch marker and I just want to stuff the rest of his leg. So I'm getting my fiber fill and I'm just going to stuff it. Oh wait, sorry, before I do that, let's just fasten it off. So I'm using my orange band and I'm just going to tie a slip stitch. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach the end to an S-clip just temporarily. Okay, and now I'm going to stuff, so I'm getting my fiber fill. Okay, I don't really want to put too much. I think I put too much in my arm just now, so I might adjust that later. Okay, I'm just going to put a bit more. Okay, so I don't want it too stuffed. I still want it to look quite cute. Alright, so I'm just putting this aside and then we're just going to start off with one of his horns. So for his horns, you're just going to do it completely in white. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a white band, and the first thing you want to do is make a magic ring with 6 stitches. So I'm wrapping my white band around my hook 2 times to create 3 loops. My first stitch on my magic ring, I'm doing a slip stitch. Okay, then I'm just going to go back through the center and I'm going to do 5 single crochets. So this is 1 stitch, single crochet, so this is 2 stitches, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so for round 2 of his horn, you're going to increase this to 12. So what you're going to do is an increase in each stitch, so 2 single crochets in each stitch. But for the first round, the first stitch of the second round, I want to do a slip stitch just to close up that circle. So this counts as your first stitch. Okay, and I'm getting my stitch marker. Okay, so I want to go back through that same stitch and I want to do my increase, so I'm doing my single crochet. Alright, so from now on I'm just doing 2 single crochets in each stitch, or an increase in each stitch. Okay, so this is round 2. It has 12 stitches. Okay, so for rounds 3 to 5 of the horn, we'll need another 3 rounds of 12 stitches each. So we're going to do 3 rounds of just single crochet in each stitch. I'm going to do 3 rounds with you, so I've just got 3 bands here. So you're just doing a single crochet in each stitch. First off, round 3, I'm taking a band, and then I'm just going to do a single crochet all the way around. Okay, so I've just completed round 3, starting round 4. Okay, just finished round 4, just going to do round 5 now. So I just finished round 5, which has 12 stitches. Okay, so now we're moving on to round 6. Round 6 we're decreasing to 6 stitches, so we just want to decrease 6 times. So each stitch, every 2 stitches you're just going to decrease. So pull the band over 2 stitches all the way around. Okay, this is round 6. 6 stitches. Alright, so for round 7 to 10 we need another 4 rounds of 6 stitches, so it's another 4 rounds of just single crochets in each stitch. I have 4 bands here. I'll do all with you. So just be careful when you're doing this, the smaller rounds. So just remember single crochet in each stitch. Because the stitches are small, you might miss some, so just be careful. Take your time if you need to. And yes, this is round 7. I'm going to do round 8 now, also just do single crochet in each stitch. You can stuff the horn, but I'm not going to. I think it holds its shape quite well because you're doing it with bands. Okay, so this is round 9. Once again, just single crochet in each stitch. Okay, now round 10. Just make sure you go into every stitch. Okay, so now I've done with round 10. I'm just going to fasten off. Fasten off with a slip stitch, and then I'm just going to clip the end. I'm taking out my stitch marker. So this is one horn done. I'm just going to put this aside, and next thing we're going to do is the ear. Okay, so for the ear, you can make him any color and make it any color you want. I'm just going to use my orange. It's very easy to do. You're taking an orange band and you want to make a magic ring with 6 stitches. So this, I'm twisting around my hook 2 times to create 3 loops. My first stitch of the magic ring, I'm doing a slip stitch. So this is your first stitch of your magic ring. I'm going to go back through and I'm going to do 5 single crochets. But I'm going to count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've completed my magic ring with 6 stitches. So for round 2 of the ear, you want to increase this 12 stitches. So we're just going to increase in each stitch. So my first stitch of my second round, I'm doing a slip stitch as usual just to close the round. I'm putting on my stitch marker. I'm going to go through the same stitch again and I'm going to do my increase. Alright, and then from then on I'm just going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch, so an increase in each stitch. Please bear with me, I've actually not taken any of my bands out of their plastic bags because I'm changing colors a lot, so it might take some time to get them out the bags. Okay, so I've just completed round 2 of his ear. So for round 3, I want to increase this to 18 stitches. So I'm just going to do a single crochet in the first stitch and then an increase in the second stitch, and I'm just going to do that all the way around. So I'll count 1 and I'll say increase. So every time I say 1, it's just a single crochet in 1 stitch. So it's 1, increase, one, increase, one, increase, one, increase, one, increase, one, and then lastly in this round, one more increase. So I've just completed round 3, which has 18 stitches. Okay, so for rounds 4 to 7, we need another 4 rounds of 18 stitches each. So that's 4 rounds of single crochet in each stitch. Make sure you put aside for your 4 bands, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so you're just going to do single crochet in each stitch. I'll try and do all 4 with you. So just bear with me, it should be pretty quick. Just to let you guys know, if the camera is going weird or something, the colored bands I'm using, especially the orange, is a bit neon, the orange and the pink, so if it looks strange on screen, please just ignore it. I just completed round 4. Alright, so I'm just going to do my round 5. Just finished round 5, gonna do round 6 now. Just finished round 6, so I'm doing my last round, which is round 7. Okay, so I'm done with round 7. I'm just going to fasten off by tying a slip stitch. Then I'm just going to clip the end. Alright, so now I've made one arm, one leg, one ear, and one horn. So what you want to do now, you want to go back to the beginning of the video and you want to make another arm, leg, horn, and ear. And once you've done that, we'll continue with his head and his body.